In a quiet village by the river, there lived a young man named Rohan. He was known for his kindness, always helping others with a warm smile. But deep inside, Rohan often felt a sadness he could not understand. Some days he was filled with joy, and on others, he felt lost, like a traveler wandering without a destination. One evening, an old sage arrived in the village. He was a traveler of great wisdom, known for helping people find peace. When Rohan heard about him, he rushed to meet the sage. "Oh, wise sage, I do good things, I help others, yet happiness never stays with me. Why does sadness return again and again? Come with me, Rohan. I will show you something that will change your life." Rohan followed the sage up a hill where a vast open field stretched before them. In the center stood a great tree, tall, strong, and unshaken by the wind. The sage pointed to it. "This tree stands strong, but do you think it has never faced storms?" Rohan shook his head. "Of course it must have faced storms, heavy rains, and strong winds." The sage nodded. "Exactly. But it does not fall because its roots run deep. Life will bring you storms, moments of sadness and hardship. But if you have strong roots of wisdom and understanding, you will never be lost." Rohan listened intently. "But how do I make my roots strong?" he asked. The sage smiled. "Let me tell you a story." Far away in a grand palace, there lived a young prince named Aaron. He had everything: wealth, power, and luxury beyond imagination. Yet he often felt a deep emptiness in his heart. One evening, a mysterious traveler arrived at the palace carrying an old wooden box. He bowed before the prince and said, "Inside this box lies the answer to your sadness. But be warned, once you open it, you must follow the instructions exactly." Curious, Aaron opened the box and found a simple candle. "A candle?" he asked. The traveler nodded. "Take this candle and light it in the darkest room of your palace. Wait, and see what happens." That night, Aaron did as he was told. He entered a long-forgotten room, cold, dark, and abandoned for years. He struck a match and lit the candle. The tiny flame cast a golden glow, but suddenly, something strange happened. The shadows on the walls began to move, twisting and forming eerie shapes. Fear crept into Aaron's heart. He wanted to blow out the candle. But then, he noticed something. Amidst the shifting darkness, there was one small, steady light. It never wavered, no matter how large the shadows grew. As he focused on that tiny light, the fear inside him began to fade. The next morning, Aaron ran to the traveler. "What was that? Why did I see the shadows move? And what was that small light?" The traveler smiled. "The shadows were your fears, your doubts, and your sadness. They grow when you focus on them. But did you see that small light? That is your inner strength. No matter how dark life seems, if you focus on your inner light, the darkness will never consume you." The sage paused, then continued. "In another land, there was a village with a mysterious cave. People feared it, believing that those who entered never returned. But one day, a young boy named Kabir, feeling lost in life, decided to enter the cave. Inside, he was surrounded by darkness. Whispers filled the air. Fear gripped his heart. But then, he saw it, a faint glow in the distance. He moved forward and found an old man sitting beside a golden flame. "Who are you?" Kabir asked. "What is this place?" The old man smiled. "This cave represents your mind. The darkness is fear and sadness. Most people turn back when they see it. But those who keep moving forward find the light of wisdom." The old man handed Kabir a small lamp. "This flame represents your hope. No matter how dark life gets, as long as you hold on to hope, you will always find your way." Rohan was deeply moved. "Tell me, wise sage, how can I become the light? How can I remove sadness from my life?" The sage smiled once more. "Remember these 3 lessons. Face your fears. Sadness grows when you run from it. Face it, understand it, and it will lose its power over you. Find your inner light. No matter how dark your thoughts become, remember that you have strength inside you. Focus on what makes you strong. Keep growing. Bad times come and go, but you are more than your struggles. Keep your light alive through gratitude, wisdom, and hope. From that day on, Rohan embraced both joy and sadness, knowing they were part of life's journey. He no longer feared the dark days, for he had learned to find the light within himself. So whenever you feel lost, whenever sadness visits your heart, remember this story. Darkness will always exist, but you have the power to be the light. No matter how small your flame is, it can still shine in the darkest of nights. Keep shining, keep growing, and happiness will always find its way back.